Hello, it's Crypto CJ. It's a trade of the day, Thursday night slash Friday morning Zoom edition, depending on where in the world you are. Bitcoin's been trending up some, so the market's been somewhat bullish. There's some news out of Washington that could derail that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. For now, let's go to the charts. Okay, should be seeing my Bitcoin day chart. And
I see it.
thank you. And we have broken above the 15 and 20 EMAs on the day chart. The 200 is the next one up. That's hanging around just below 100,000. Wouldn't surprise me if we tapped that and then bounced off it. 100,000 is probably going to be resistance, formerly support. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, a similar look, broken above the 20 and the 50 EMAs, sitting right at the 200, just dip below. And our highs were right around 3,400 and currently are about at about 3,300. So Ethereum's shown some improvement as well. Let's see. And then finally, the Clarity Act. Chassis says it's a snake in the grass. The way it was written was could have been quite a bit worse for crypto and stable coin. That's the phrase. You get older, you start to lose your words. Stable coin holders and no bill's better than a bad bill. So Coinbase spoke up and said we don't like this, and Congress shelved it for a while. We'll see if it comes back new and improved. The banks are trying to cling to their powers. Don't blame them. But yeah, this was bullish overall, so it's disappointing that the Clarity Act has been set aside for now. But again, no bill's better than a bad one. So it didn't affect Bitcoin that much, if at all. Still trending mostly up. Look at the hour chart, see if it's been dipping. Well, it has dipped some, so that may have been the reason. So let's look at the charts and our free information sources, see if we can find some coins to follow and make some day trades and swing trades today. So I've got crypto bubbles up, one of the three I usually look at, mostly red bubbles. We got a red day, though a few green ones, Chili's, Curve. These are coins I was following yesterday, day before. So got Chili's up. Let's check that one out. Okay, 15-minute chart for my day trading layout. Supply and demand visible range by Lux Algo for support and resistance, the red and the green zone. RTI relative trend index, which I like for entries and alerts. Cumulative delta I look at sometimes for confirmation. Okay, at the moment, we're in the middle zone of the RTI. It could go either way. The last time Chili's dipped below the 20 on the RTI, it broke back up and made a nice move up. That happened right about here. And a move up, double digits, over 10%. So that's a great day trade if you stay in it the whole time. I'm not looking for moves that big. I just want 1.5% move on the chart. I'm at 10x leverage on a foreign exchange. So that's 15% for me. I like to stack up two or three of those a day. So let's set an alert
Did you know?
on, oh, go ahead.
Question. Uh, Coinbase. You can do leverage on them.
Yes, I
On
dabble with that. Yeah.
they pretty much everything, futures and everything.
Yeah, they've only got a few coins that they do that with, just the big ones, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, I think. So it was just Bitcoin and Ethereum and I think Doge for a long time. So that has been growing as she said. So if you're in the USA and you don't have any other access to foreign exchanges, then you might want to check out Coinbase if you want to trade longs and shorts. But get good at spot trading first. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
So let's finish this alert. So I right clicked on the RTI. I'm going to add an alert on the condition. I'm going to choose entering a channel. 80 on top, 20 on the bottom. Once per bar close, leaves it on all day. Expiration, you can do that for later in the day if you want. Message, I usually use the information source, so this is crypto bubbles. Notifications, notify my app on my smartphone. Toast notifications, a pop-up on my laptop. Play a sound also on my laptop. And there's a few to choose from. I like this 3 notes reverb. Click create, and you'll see a rectangle form here on the RTI. So if it breaks above the 80 and then dips, that's a potential short. If it dips below the 20 and breaks back up, like here, that's potential long. So that's how I like to trade. All right. Well, let's look at swing trades as well. I haven't done many of these lately. Same indicators for support and resistance, and then SuperTrend for entries, and this Trendilo LSMA for confirmation. We've got a disagreement between the indicators, a sell signal on SuperTrend, and then Trendilo LSMA pointing up. So, but we're right at the resistance anyway. So I don't like this as a long. If Trendilo turns, could be a short. And 15% to the green zone. So that's a pretty good swing trade on the short side. Okay, if you're trading spot and just want to do longs, you might want to set an alert on the super trend, catch the next buy signal. That didn't work. Let's try that again. Huh. There we go. Add an alert on super trend and direction change. You can leave that on if you want to catch the next direction. If you want to buy signal, select buy. And then the rest is, as I showed you already. I usually use a different notification for swing trades. So that is Chili's. Okay, let's see what else we can find. And Dash has been moving lately. Curve. Let's look at Dash. Okay, kind of choppy. That's good for day trading. Um, just dip below the 80. So could be a short. Showing 6% of the green zone, though visually it's only about that big. But let's go ahead and set an alert on the RTI. Crypto bubbles. All right, so if this dips again, could be a short trade. All right, let's look at the swing trade option. Dash is an older project. I wonder how long it's been around. March of 19. Yeah, that's eternity in crypto time. So, and we have a buy signal. Trendilo just turned green. There's a little green there. But we're pretty close to resistance. So this doesn't look good on the hour chart. Let's try some longer time frames. 4 hour also at resistance. 8 hour. I think all these are going to be pretty close to resistance. Except on the day chart going back to November. 43% in 70 days. That's too long. I think I'd pass on that, but maybe it's a day trade. Don't like it as a swing. All right, let's see what else we can find. That was crypto bubbles. And next is CoinGecko. And sort by the 24 hours. And these are the ones that were moving. There's going to be some overlap with this and the other free service. You can sort this the opposite way too. If you want to look for something to short or something that's been beaten down, you can file Aptos. These are down quite a bit. Maybe due for a recovery. Set your alerts accordingly. I'd rather have something that's trending up, and if it dips, goes up again, I'm going to get in on that dip. So we looked at Dash already. Tron.
Can you look at Zcash?
Yeah, I can do that. All right, we'll look at some of these ones I'm not that familiar with after we look at Zcash. Yeah, I've been tracking this one a lot too. So this one is dipped below the 20. Just touched it after a dip here and then dipped again. So I think I had an alert on this one already.
It's very volatile.
Yeah. So I just re-added my alert. When I turn my alerts off, I like to save them so I can just click them back on like I just did there. So you can do that as well. So my alert is back. So if this breaks above the 20, I'll get that alert and I'd be inclined to take a long position and right at the green zone. So, it could be a nice move, almost 9% here. Resistance at 448. So that's Zcash as a day trade. As a swing, doesn't look that good on the hour chart. Sell signal, Trendilo pointing down, almost straight down, and candle action down as well, kind of in the middle area. You can set an alert for the next buy signal. Maybe that kicks in right about here. And 5.5%, not that good. Don't like this as a 1 hour swing trade. Let's look at the 4 hour. 4 hour has, good indicator response. Got a buy signal on the SuperTrend, Trendilo LSMA pointing up and coming out of the green zone. So that looks good, but the candle action is pretty negative. So if you got in now, to the red zone, 31% in 14 days, that's a great swing trade. So This one's tempting on the 4-hour chart. So 1 hour,
I
not so
always had good
much.
luck with it.
Okay. Well, there's something to be said for luck in trading. So um, yeah, check that out on the 4-hour chart and match it up with Bitcoin, see if it's trending up as well. Make your decision.
Thank you.
All right. So we were at CoinGecko Rain. I don't know that project. Let's check it out. All right, it's not on many. It's on XC. Let's check that out. It's only on a couple exchanges. It's one of those that's below a penny. So those can be volatile. And green zone's pretty thick. Only about 3% between the green and the red zone. So yeah, your next dip, the last one was on Wednesday, broke up here, 9% to the red zone. So that's pretty good. So you might want to set an alert on the RTI. Right click, add an alert. Maybe just choose crossing up, which is what you do if you're only spot trading. And set your value at 20 and you know the rest. So that's rain. That's a swing. Got the buy signal on the super trend, Trendilo pointing up, but in the red zone, not just below it, but in it. So let's, all right, hasn't been on MACD very long, just since September. So not much history. Um, so we're at an all-time high right now, pretty much. Yeah. So there's really no retrace at the moment. If you took this, you'd just be riding it, see if it's going to keep going. It's kind of risky in my mind, not something I like to do. So I'll pass on this as a swing. All right, what else? Meme Core, HTX, Tron. I've not day traded Tron in a while. Let's look at that one. Okay, this one's been trending up lately. Um, right at the red zone. Probably due for a short. So right click on the RTI. Entering a channel, 80 and 20. And here we are. Got my rectangle. So probably the next trade would be the short. And then if it does this kind of thing, get back into it as a long. Yeah. All right, so that's CoinGecko, I believe. Yeah, let's look at CoinMarketCap. community sentiment. So what people are thinking about, their favorite coins. Not everything has to be technical. So on bullish, we've got AVAX, ICP. Yeah, it's interesting. Link, Cardano, Solana, Ethereum. And bearish. I'm in a short on this Monero. I hope it does keep dropping. Um, let's look at AVAX. It's number 2 here on bullish sentiment. Okay, it's dipped below the 20, looks like. Yeah, had a fake out here. So this one's almost ready. Set your alert on the RTI. Crossing up if you're just looking to spot trade. Entering a channel if you're trading both directions. There we go for, huh. I will have to investigate this. Sometimes this happens when you have too many alerts. Oh, wow. Just duplicated a bunch of them. Well, I can cancel them because this alert's still active. But I don't need that many. So this is how you delete alerts. All right. So that was AVAX. Let's look at Link, ADA, ICP. ICP. I like shorting this one, and it's about to become, it's making a move up, and then it'll dip again most likely. So let's set an alert. Okay, went through that kind of fast. So if you have any questions, let me know. Let's see what that. Okay, so it's duplicating alerts here. I'm not sure why that is. So just delete these real quick, then we'll move on. It was just one extra one. All right,
You may have to reboot.
probably. Swing trade. I don't think we did that on AVAX. ICP, contradictory, all over the place, pretty close to resistance. Got a sell signal on SuperTrend, Trendilo LSMA pointing down, candle action going up. So if you got in now, maybe 4.5% in a day, not bad. Go to the 4-hour. Indicators on board, but right at resistance. A day chart. Okay. 58% in 69 days. Don't like that one that much. So don't like this one as a swing. Let's go back to AVAX. Look at that real quick. So AVAX is pretty negative on the indicators, but candle action looks pretty good. It's right above the green zone. So if this turns around, probably around here somewhere, well, still not that good. The 4 hour, kind of choppy actually. Indicators are against us there. Excuse me. 8 hour day chart. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Buy signal trending up at support. 125% in 100 days. That's more than 1% a day, so that's pretty good, assuming it goes back that much or goes up that much. Kind of risky. Not really how I like to trade, so I think I'd pass on that one. All right. I think that's about all I have. Tam, are there any others you want to look at?
Solana.
Okay. Solana is a swing on the hour chart. Indicators are against us. 4 hour chart. Indicators are contradictory. 8 hour also contradictory. Oh no.
Not a good one.
Don't like the look of that. So day chart. That looks good. 62% in 100 hours or 100 days.
Too long.
Yeah, it's too long. But we just got an AVAX alert. Let's look at that. So it just nudged above the 20. And then pointed back down again. Those aren't the ones I like. I want the ones that are, pushing through. When they, touch and bend back down, that's not much of a show of force in my mind. So probably pass out on that one, wait for another signal. All right. Well, I'll wrap it up here. If you're watching on the recording, thank you for that. So I'd rather see you live. Check out the opportunities in the pinned comment to help fund the channel. And I should be back on Monday nights/Tuesday morning next week. Have a good trading weekend. Bye.